This is episode 2 of Diaries of My Life. Welcome, welcome. I, as of today, 17th of June 2025, I officially deleted Instagram from my phone. I'm on a journey from the last 2, 3 months of just getting my life back. I want to feel alive. I want to feel as if I was that child that once didn't have a phone. It's really strange now because I was so used to the second I felt boredom, I took my phone, scrolled even for 5 minutes, which it wasn't 5 minutes, never 5 minutes. And on a Sunday, after a mountain walk, after I don't know, gathering of herbs, 3 4 hours in the forest, guess who laid down on the sofa and scrolled for 2 hours? It was good content. It was eco-friendly, zero waste tips and stuff. So I was gathering information for recycling in Mexico. How is the whole thing about recycling and which things, which not. I wasn't a child that grew up with a lot of friends in many cases because we moved a lot and I was the new kid, didn't spoke very well, didn't spoke like everyone else. In many cases, I was darker, or I was the child with glasses, the child that my last name sound funny, and for some reason, children really like to make fun of unusual stuff. I wonder why. I'm looking at your parents. In my adolescence years, I was in a ballet school, and there we were from 8 a.m. till 6, 7 p.m. So it was a whole day. We used to hang out a lot at the school, but since I was 14, 13, 14, my high school group started to smoke and to do stuff that I wasn't interested in. I wasn't interested in going to a coffee shop and spending 45 to 3 hours in that space just smoking and drinking coffee. Also, I'm coming from Cuba where the coffee is great. Here in Bulgaria, the coffee is shit most of the times. That's why almost everybody is drinking it with milk and lots and lots and lots of sugar. Also, they were starting to, you know, talk about things in adolescence, in those teen years. They're so important, like who's wearing what, who's hanging out with whom. I wasn't very sociable in that aspect. I tried, but it wasn't interesting. I was more interested in staying with myself and hanging out with my friends. In that matter, my friends were YouTube people, like out on play, and yeah, just comedy to make me forget that I'm in a place that I cannot fit in. And nobody will understand when you're from two places and you grew up with one and then you go back to the place that you were born but you never lived in. It's so strange because in your passport you are like them, but in your mind you lived in a country where water when is going to have the word is when is going to come. No how much is when I'm going to be able to get my laundry done, and not how much money somebody is giving their child to have for their coffees and cigarettes and stuff. So I came from a country that is not poor, but it's third world, to a country that you can choose from a wall full of milks, endless from an endless variety of bread. When in Cuba there is one person, el panadero, which is the bread man, um, who comes every day throughout your street, and you have to call it panadero, and he comes and he takes your order, and it's one, maybe two types of bread from the same flour, from the same dough, but one is long and one is small. One is like a hamburger, and one is a long one, like a baguette, but from the same dough. Very, very important. It was great. It was 1 peso. It was pan de a peso, it's called, which it doesn't exist right now. Kind of sad, but I'm not going to talk about that. To listening to girls of 14 and 15 talking about makeup and who's going to wear what posha bra, it never clicked with me. Till this day, I am more interested in. Today I spent 2 hours harvesting herbs to do tea. I gathered a lot. I probably will insert some of the photos. Also, I understood how my goals in life will be aligned and what I have to do. I am feeling out of the group, and it wasn't like I wasn't trying. I wasn't the only one. Like when you are in a space, like for example a store or maybe a bus stop. I was yesterday on a bus stop, and there was a this grandma with her grandchild, and I'm trying to not reach my phone at all when I'm outside. I'm trying to be present as much as I can, because it's something that I lost a couple of years ago with this digital. Everything is scrolling and brain rotting. I was staring at the trees that I told you that were for harvesting the tea, and I just saw her that she was looking at me, and I saw an opportunity to communicate, to socialize, and we talked for about 2 3 minutes about the teas, the beneficial stuff that you can get from it, and how sweet they smell, and how the whole city is smelling like sweet syrup every day. Also, early in the morning is so strong. It's great. And I saw her grandchild that was maybe 7 8, and she was just on the phone scrolling the whole time we were talking. She never looked out of the phone. It's a moment when you realize that at that age I didn't have a phone. The only phone that I was able to look at was when I had to bring it to my mom or my dad when it was ringing. I didn't have any interest in a phone, in a computer. The only digital like stuff that we saw, it was on Saturdays and Sundays. There was a section for kids in between 9 and 10 a.m. That was the whole television for kids. Sorry, someone. It made me think and try even harder not to look at my phone as an escape from boredom. Because, yes, between the ages of 13 and 18, maybe 19, that was in school, that was my escape. I did a lot of things, but when I was in school and I had a break from classes, that was the only thing that I could do to not feel so lonely, to not feel like so much that I don't belong here. People are so invested in being unhappy that they feel like they don't have the will to get up, search for happiness. But yeah, getting back to the topic of the digital detox. I am trying to use YouTube as my tool to understand how to do things, because in YouTube you can learn everything. Also, that's my reminder. I have a reminder on my phone. Also, I'm trying to live my life outside of everyone else's. When I say how is being life, I want to really hear everything. Not because I've seen some stories, not because I've seen some things. If they want to send me some pictures when we are talking about it on WhatsApp, great. I think that's great. But not because they chose to put that on the story. And I'm like, I know that you've been in Cyprus for 4 days. Maybe nothing of that is really true. People lie a lot. My high school friends, my high school group, there was 7 of us, I think, and there was 6 phones on the table. Mine was the only one that wasn't on the table. I was the only one who didn't need to reach for their phone every 1 to 2 minutes just to check it, just to see if something is new, just to scroll for 10 seconds and to turn it off and to proceed with the conversation that we are having. And when I am asking you how has been your last 5 years, I mean it. I want to know how it's been. So yeah, having this weird stage of my life of people sending me memes in Instagram and stuff that doesn't matter. So I don't need it. If tomorrow every social media is down, I'm probably not going to even think about it. I will proceed with my life as if it was 2012, before. I think 2012 was the year that I got a phone. So before 2012, I aspire to be 100% present. I want to be able to eat in silence, to appreciate long videos. I'm trying to consume in YouTube longer videos, about 40 minutes or more, because my lecturer, my professor from my university, told me when I was first year, I know you students have the capacity of concentration of 45 minutes, if even that long, so I will be brief. He was ready in 39 minutes. And he was like, any questions? You have 6 minutes before you expired. And it really took me by surprise. And I'm now understanding what did he meant when he told us that. I am, well, the last video, the intro, I think it was, I got 8 exams. Now I had 3 more exams to go. I have one, which is in 2 days. So wish me luck. So yeah, that's my goal for this year. I have a lot of things that I'm working on, but one of the biggest and one of my top priorities is being mindful and able to concentrate for more than an hour in a movie or a video without reaching anything else. So yeah, welcome to my digital detox. Um, I think that's it. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Nie wiem, zrobiła jedną sztukę,